Yeah, I want to watch this one. I want to know. I want to know why.
As much as I've loved pretending...
I want to know why men love playing as girls. Because I'm a girl, right? And every single time without fail, every time I play a video game, I will make a female character. Like, just a man, but like slightly feminine. That is my go-to every single time. I am thinking, the men playing as women is a similar thought process. I want to see if it's a similar brain process, you know? The fashion is better, well then it would be the opposite for me. Okay. Let's see.
To be an anime girl for the past 2 years, I think it's finally time that I did a face reveal. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's me, Noctapus. It was always a matter of time before I got rid of that stupid VTuber avatar. I've always hated VTubers anyway.
Damn, Noctapus is pretty good looking.
Alright, fine, this isn't actually me. This is
I didn't want to say it, but I could tell. I could tell that it wasn't... Because a bunch of people do, like, bait reveals like that. I mean, I don't know, it's my first video watching this, dude. But
do you see how it made you feel? Betrayed? Shocked, even?
Not really. Not really. I could tell you were a dude, sir.
Exact same way when I confessed my undying love for a cat girl in Final Fantasy XIV, only for it to be a 43-year-old dude living in Nebraska.
Okay, come on! You have to understand that it's all gonna be 40-year-old dudes, man. Like that's the love of the game, dude. You're not thinking that that's a real cat girl, right? Bro, I felt betrayed when I saw Pipi first. Wow. Okay, dude. Actually, not cool.
Question is, why do men play as female characters? As an avid girl chooser myself, I've wondered this question for a long time. My main cover-up story was that girls have a smaller hitbox.
Yeah, no, dude, I asked this in chat and that was a lot of you just said that, but I don't think it's true, chat. I don't think they do, okay? I don't think they do have a smaller hitbox. I play as guys, you know? So maybe I'll play on higher difficulty.
While that 100% is totally not cope and very true, it's not the main reason. To get to the bottom of this, I created a community poll to ask you, my subscribers,
even in that game I chose a man.
Guys, one simple question. Do you prefer to play as male or female? Over 2,000 of you answered. The results were not really that surprising considering my type of audience, but over 70% of you said that you picked girls. But not only that, a ton of you wrote paragraph-long answers in the replies that I 100%
Jesus, is that a real reply?
Let's start.
I'm becoming an artist. That's so fucking crazy, days.
Seeing sexy girls when they grind out thousands of hours of gaming.
I wish that was me.
And don't get me wrong, this isn't completely untrue. If Blizzard puts one of my favorite characters in a bikini, then it's my obligation as a player to give them $20 for it. For the most part, it would seem like guys just fit the overall stereotype of objectifying women, but then it falls apart for certain situations like, why would a guy pick a female character in an MMO where you start out in the ugliest clothing imaginable? Or
I mean, I don't know. For me, it's also a thing of like, especially in like RPG games, right? Where you talk to other people. I will say I prefer to be perceived as a dude sometimes. Ironically, for example, Dragon Raja, it's just that... Chad, people act different to you when you're a girl. And I'm thinking maybe that's the same thing. You know, I'm beginning to believe it might be the same thing for guys. Because people treat you very differently when they think you're a girl versus when they think you're a guy. So I think guys crave to be treated like girls because they don't have that in their lives. So like... you get more attention for the wrong reasons, you know. But then there's also people that patronize you and stuff. But then, as a girl, you have that every day in your life. So you want the less attention. You want the opposite. You know, you want to be a guy. For me, for example, I always just try to be like the funny person, right? And when you're trying to be funny in a game, it does get perceived really differently when you're a girl versus when you're a guy. I just always like looking at female characters, online or not. Yeah, no, for like games, like offline games, I still pick the guy. That's true. That is true. I still pick the guy. That was the reason I'm saying is for multiplayer. But you're right. For single player, I mean, I guess it is the thing of looking at what you like. But like, I also think women are pretty. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm like, dude, I still think women are pretty. It's like, But like, I still prefer to play as guys. But like pretty guys, you know what I mean? Not ugly guys. I don't play as ugly guys. Sorry, ugly guys in the chat. But yeah. I guess there is, you know, something. Women have better aesthetics. That's the thing is you're saying that, but I'm a girl that plays as dudes. So I think there is some psychology to maybe I'm an outlier. I don't know. Do girls play as girls normally? Actually, I don't know. I may be the outlier. I was made tomboys. I was made femboys! We're hand in hand. Let's clasp our hands.
Why would someone commit to an entire playthrough just to play as a non-sexualized girl character? This isn't saying that aesthetics of things like character skins aren't important to players, but that being the only reason isn't telling the full story. So that would lead us to another possible answer. Girl characters just have way more clothing options. It's no secret that one of the core experiences
Yeah,
in
but that
gaming
doesn't
is being able to
explain
make
my side of it, I guess.
your character look as cool as possible. And based on the replies to the poll I mentioned earlier in the video, over 30% of you mentioned that you play girls because the clothing options just look better. This makes sense, considering that for a long time game companies were too scared to experiment with what kinds of skins belong to what character. Typically, male character outfits tend to be big and bulky, and female characters have historically been a bit more revealing and aesthetically pleasing. Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake, Cammy versus Ryu, and the most sexist case of all, Pac-Man versus Mrs. Pac-Man.
Damn, why she slay so hard though, bro? Some do, some don't. Yeah, the thing is, I also wasn't an old school gamer, so I guess I can't really put myself into the equation, man. But damn. You just want to look at something which is pleasing to you? Yeah, the reason why I don't think that is because I think women are visually pleasing. Chat. Okay, sue me, chat. Sue me. Sue me! But I think women are pleasing to look at. I just prefer to play as guys, even in single player games. I guess I'm not gonna get my personal question answered, okay? Because this is why men are playing as girls, not why certain maybe one girl ever likes to play as guys. Okay, so yeah, okay. Let's just keep watching.
Back to when some MMOs were first released, like Final Fantasy XIV, Blade and Soul, Black Desert Online, they all had or still have gender-locked clothing. This means that your options for outfits are
I mean, to be fair, the one game where you gotta play as a woman dressed to impress, chat, there's nothing for men in that game.
Moment you start playing. So unless I'm feeling like playing a big burly warrior, of course I'm going to pick something more aesthetically pleasing. To give game companies some credit where it's due, it's becoming more and more common now for characters to wear whatever they want. For example, in Final Fantasy XIV, they recently made it to where you can live out your dream of being a giant, manly orc in a bunny suit. But until that
yeah.
line keeps getting
That's
blurred,
epic.
I'd like to quote someone from my comment section. If I'm going to be staring at an ass of a character for the next 100 hours, it should at least be one I like looking at. And while I wholeheartedly agree with this statement, there's something missing. A real nail in the coffin to put this debate to rest, you know? And I think I might have found it. A single name kept popping up while I was researching for answers. Proteus.
Who's
And
Proteus?
what do people named Proteus and girl avatars have in common? Wasn't any old man. He was a Greek god of the seas who could predict the future and transform into whatever he wanted. Okay, cool, but what does that have to do with anything? Hold on, let me explain. Let's look at a scientific phenomenon known as the Proteus effect. This is a name given to an occurrence when a person's behavior in a virtual world transforms due to the characteristics of their avatar. The behavior changes because the person has a pre-existing knowledge or expectation of how those players online act. This might be kind of complex, so let me give an example. A toxic League of Legends player who
Why men love playing as Mpreg Batman.
This is for a video, you know? You're ruining the video right now. God damn it, man. Bro, but yeah, no, I was saying this, I think this plays what he's about to say plays in more on the online game aspect, you know?
typically plays more aggressive hypercarries gets to play a support character. This player might subconsciously start embodying more stereotypical feminine traits, like being more
I was saying, as someone that's played both League of Legends and also Mobile Legends, which is just mobile, it's just League of Mobile, I always play just the damage dealing role. I cannot play support. I don't think, I see a lot of people being like, oh yeah, support is the female role. I don't think that's the thing, right? I think that's just like, I don't know. I feel like because of the nature of the role, a bunch of guys are like, yeah, it's for women. But I think there's more guys that play support than women, straight up. I only ever play support on Pokemon Unite. Support is the hardest role. Dude, if I don't do the damage, I'm not happy.
Pathetic with their teammates because that's how they associate that side of the player base in their brain. This doesn't usually mean gameplay, by the way, this is more of a social thing. But this effect is real and has scientific evidence through it through hundreds of research papers. Some of the students at Nottingham Trent University found that men often associate positive feelings towards women avatars, such as how attractive or aesthetically pleasing they are, making them more likely to choose female characters. Game companies already know this, which explains why you can always buy sexy outfits with microtransactions. It's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
really
that part
shocking
makes
when you
sense.
think about it. I mean, what? You just expect them not to make money? Complain about it all you want, but people are still buying it. But hold on, that's not the only reason.
My
The
only complaint is they should make the male skins hotter, right? That's my main complaint is like, dude, hell yeah, make the female skins hot as hell, but like, we need hotter male skins as well. You know what? I'm putting my foot down. Man. They should make slutty as fuck male skins as well, and I will die on this hill.
This effect also explains how men typically gravitate towards playing women in multiplayer games because they expect more positive social outcomes.
Yeah,
If I
this
play
is
as
what
a-
I was talking about. It's the difference in the way people treat you. That's the thing, because like, for me as an actual woman, I'm like tired. I don't want... And it's not like, I don't want guys to think, oh, being a woman just means everyone loves you everywhere you go. No, not really. It's just, you do get treated differently, okay? It has both positive and negative parts. And I think it's just the thing of like, since you're playing a game, you wanna experience what you don't normally experience. I think that at least explains it in the multiplayer aspect. As a woman, you just get different attention. Yeah, but it can be good attention and bad attention. For example, in my experience, trying to be a silly little guy as a woman does not really play out because like people tend to like guys do tend to find you less funny if they think you're a girl. I will tell you this is 100% real from my experience as playing RPG games as both the women and as men. I don't know. It is kind of a... The more used to it you are, the more the negative outweighs the positive. Exactly. That's the thing. That's why I think it's more of a thing of swapping roles. You know? Is it harder to slutify male characters though? Because schlong's out doesn't equal sexy for some women. Yeah, no, the schlong doesn't need to be out. I'm just not talking about like the armor, bro. You know, the armor. The schlong does not need to be out at all, bro.
Girl in this MMO, not only will I be more aesthetically pleasing, but players are way more willing to help me out and give me lots of gold. To back this point up, I found another study from the University College of London who discovered that players who use women avatars with more detailed clothing not only have more social interactions, but more positive social experiences in general. Now, I know this is kind of shocking because the mere thought of having a girl on your team is enough for any average Valorant player to have a mental breakdown.
Because the only thing women are good for is cooking, cleaning, sucking, and
But overall, it seems like playing multiplayer games as a more feminine avatar can lead to a less lonely gaming experience in general. But
I don't
at the end
know.
of the
I
day-
would say, I do think it's your... Again, as someone that's played like a bunch of these types of games that are just like social games, it is kind of what you make it to be, right? If you're just like super insecure and don't talk to anyone, and you think that no one wants anything to do with you, they're not gonna talk to you. But like, if you go male character, no, if you go in there confident and funny, you will get... I don't know. I've never struggled. This is something I've not seen. Again, I played, for example, Dragon Raja, right? I played this game for years, right? And I played it once as a female character as well for like a pretty long time. I didn't notice that I was not getting more attention in that way. It was just like... Yeah, I never struggled on that front with male characters. Yeah, I think that's more of a mental barrier where you think that people are gonna treat you differently. But I don't know. It never felt like that to me, at least. That you get like, I don't know. I just don't really get ignored in games. But that's because I kind of try to make myself the center of attention. Okay, I'm a fucking streamer, bro. I'm a streamer. Of course, I'm gonna be there, be like, hey, look at me, I'm the guy. But you know.
These kinds of things all play a part into a bigger overall narrative. Yeah, the Proteus effect can offer some answers, but it's not this magical solution to the question. Personally, I think when a person plays a game, they want to immerse themselves as much as possible. For some people, that's making their character look just like them in real life, and for others, it's being something completely different. Tons of people use games as a form of escapism. I mean, if you're a big manly dude working a grueling 8-hour shift getting yelled at by customers all day, why would anyone blame you for coming home and
Yeah,
playing as a
exactly.
cute cat girl? Or maybe for you, it's a deeper and more complex reason, like personally identifying with the character, using it to express something you couldn't in your daily life. There are literally hundreds of reasons to answer this question. So the truth is, as unsatisfying as this might be, it's not actually something that can be directly solved. Thanks for watching. If you like this, leave a comment and tell me about what makes you like playing certain characters.
Yeah.
Because the only thing women are good for is cooking, cleaning,
Bro, this guy needs to chill, bro. But yeah, no, I hope I was able to add a perspective to this as a certified woman. But yeah, it's the same for us as well, I will say. At least for me. Sometimes we can be cute, pretty princesses in our IRL. I will say that the clothing, dude. Fuck the clothing options in game. The clothing options IRL for women are a lot more. Like, I do not know how I would dress if I was a guy, bro. Like, sometimes I put some goofy ass shit on and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. And I'm like, if I was a dude, I could not wear this. I only made myself a grotesque abomination. Yeah, no, I never. I mean, I guess Blumpus, but like, I already hate Blumpus. I always need to. I prefer pretty things. And you should just make super pretty men. Like, my challenge is always, I always try. My personal challenge every time I make a character is to make a guy character prettier than all the female characters. Sometimes the character creation allows it, sometimes it doesn't. But that is my personal challenge, to make a male character prettier than all the female characters. You have way more clothes, but your clothes, even the same kind of clothes, are super expensive. I mean, not if you buy them from the bargain bin, brother. Idol character. Make the hottest member. Exactly. That is my personal goal. Well, hell yeah.